Hey guys, I'm Necee and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I thought I would share with you guys some tips for school. I totally understand how nerve-wracking the first few weeks of school can be, or even if you are transferring to a new school or just going to a new grade. You might be going from middle to high school to college, whatever it is. These are definitely some tips that I wish I would have known back then, so I hope that these tips help you guys out along the way. If you guys like this video, definitely go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I do post a new video every week, every Tuesday to be exact, at 2 p.m. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Now, just to let you guys know, I did just kind of jot down all my tips that I have on my notebook here. If you guys see me looking down every now and then, that's why. I just wanted to make sure that I kind of got to the point and this video didn't become so rambly and long and a bajillion minutes long. So anyways, let's just get into it, okay? Okay. Alright, so the first tip I have for you guys is don't be afraid to make new friends and lose old ones. As you guys are getting older, you're definitely going to meet so many people along the way, and some people are going to stick with you and some people aren't. Whether it's because you guys fall out from an argument or they become jealous, or some people just stop liking you for no reason. And the universe really does work in such mysterious ways, and whenever you do lose something, the universe comes back around and gives it back to you in an even better form. And that's when you're gonna meet Julie, and Julie's literally gonna be your ride or die. You guys are gonna be BFFs and be in the nursing home in those rocking chairs, laughing and just reminiscing about all those old times. People are gonna come and go in your life, and that's just life, you know. As you guys are getting older, everybody is just trying to find themselves and figure out who they truly are, and you just grow apart. It happens, and you can't let it bother you. You can't let it stress you. The only thing you can do is just kind of appreciate the time that you did have them in your life, and just appreciate those memories that you have made with them. Now, this next tip is definitely something that kind of correlates with the last one, and this tip is the person that you are trying so hard to impress right now is not going to matter a year from now. They might not even matter in a couple months from now. Don't stress over somebody and try your hardest to impress them if they're honestly not giving you back that same energy. Don't go out and buy this certain brand because that person likes it. You know, if that person doesn't want to give you the time of day, then forget them. Move on. There's going to be so many people that you are going to meet down the line that are going to show you the same energy you are showing them. And it'll be easy. It's not going to be hard. I don't really know how to explain it, but just trust me, you'll just know. You're so much better than that, and at the end of the day, like, that person is just stupid, because if they don't see your worth then, chances are they'll notice it later down the line, and by that time you're gonna be like, sorry boo, I have somebody that treats me like gold already. So it's your loss, not mine, at the end of the day. The next tip I have for you guys is don't let being popular get to you. It will never define you. I know everybody wants to be like the popular or the cool kid or want to hang out with them, whatever it is, but half the time most of those people are just jerks. They're cool for like the wrong reasons, you know, like they just bully other people, or they do things that they probably shouldn't be doing. Honestly, in the next year, or by the time you graduate, nobody's even going to care if you were popular or not. Most of the time, people aren't even going to remember. Most of those popular people end up being those people that are flipping burgers while you're in your Benz living your best life. So definitely don't let that define you. Live your life how you want to live it, whether you're popular or not. Live for you. Be happy and do whatever makes you happy. My next tip here kind of goes hand in hand with the last one, and it's wear whatever makes you comfortable. Don't go out and buy this $120 shirt because the popular kid is wearing it. You know, especially if it's not even like a comfortable shirt or a shirt that you even remotely like. You know, wear whatever you want to wear. Wear whatever is comfortable to you. I mean, half the time when I was in school, I would wear either yoga pants and a t-shirt or jeans and a hoodie and just call it a day. There was definitely days where I did dress up and I did look a little bit more presentable, but for the most part, I wore whatever I wanted to wear. I didn't care what was in trend. If I wanted to wear a shirt that was trending like 2 years ago, I was gonna wear it. I don't care. I'm gonna wear whatever I think is cute and whatever I feel most comfortable in, because at the end of the day, I'm going to school to get education. I'm not going to school to impress anybody. And honestly, if somebody wants to judge you and not be friends with you or whatever because of the type of clothes you wear, or because you don't get dressed up every day like they do, then forget them. That literally tells you a lot alone, especially about the type of person they are. And quite frankly, I don't need those type of people in my life. The next tip I have for you guys is get involved and try as many activities as you can. And this can be in school or out of school, whatever it is, just live it up. These are the times where you can just kind of live it up and not really care, because you don't have bills to pay and other like really big responsibilities, you know? Of course, don't do anything too crazy where you're like getting in trouble by the law and stuff like that. Definitely join as many clubs as you can, get involved in as many school activities as you can. I know there's a lot of different types of like clubs and events that I would join or go to, even if my friends didn't want to go to them. Like, if they wanted to join me, cool. If they didn't want to join me, cool. Because at the end of the day, I was going to do whatever I was genuinely interested in. And if there was something that I could kind of express my creativity in, or if there was just something that I was remotely interested in and I was just kind of curious, I would go to it and see if I would like it, and if I did, then I would keep going to it. I definitely also got involved in a lot of like school sports, and if I wasn't involved that year, I still like to go to like the after school events that had to do with those sports, and even get involved in non-school related things. So if your friends are hanging out at the beach, go hang out with them at the beach. Go to the mall, go to the movies, or just go over to your friend's house and just have a girls' day, a boys' day, whatever it is. Of course, make sure that you are staying on top of your schoolwork and you're getting those grades, but have fun while you can. As you get older, you'll still be able to have fun, but when you're younger, it's so much different. And I can definitely look back and say that I truly lived it up. I had so much fun and I made so many memories with so many different people, and I would honestly relive it all, the good and the bad. These are going to be the days that you guys are going to look back on, and you don't want to look back and be like, wow, like I was really bored. And this even goes for college students. Go to the football games or the basketball games or whatever sports that you guys are generally interested in. Join a sorority if you can. Just go to events, because at the end of the day, you're going to wish that you did. The next tip I have for you guys is to be organized. Now for me, this one isn't too hard because I pretty much came out the womb like this organized freak, okay? I definitely recommend keeping all your schoolwork organized. You don't want to be that person who's like rambling through their book bag trying to find their homework assignment, and it turns out you have no idea where you put it, but you know you stayed up till like 3 a.m. trying to complete it. Now you either have to take that 0 or you have to redo it, whatever the case may be, just depending on how your teacher or your professor is. And the same thing goes for your notes as well. I know some teachers let you take some tests with your notes, and if you lost them, now you have to take this test and you don't have your notes. So you better hope that you remember all the material so that you are able to pass this test. You can definitely borrow another classmate's pair of notes and, you know, kind of make your own copy from that. But I don't know. I know when I take notes, if I already know that information, I'm not going to write it down, because I know that in my mind, I'm going to remember that. So I'm only going to write down in my notes the things that I feel like I really need to study on. So if I'm copying notes from a classmate or a friend, it's not going to be the same type of notes that I might take. I know some classmates that only have like 1 page of notes, whereas me, I'll have 2-3 pages of notes, just depending on the material that we're reading, because I want to make sure that I have clear and thorough notes. I definitely will highlight and put sticky notes and little side notes and things like that on my notes. That way I know that I'm getting all the information I need without having to necessarily refer back to like my textbook or anything like that. If you guys are kind of interested in like a school organizational video, definitely let me know. The next tip I have for you guys is, if you need help, ask. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. We all need help sometimes. Not everybody understands the material. You're not the only one who probably doesn't understand what's going on either. And if you're too intimidated to ask in the middle of class, ask at the end of the class. When all your other classmates are leaving, just go up to the teacher and be like, hey, I really didn't understand the lesson that you were teaching today. Your teachers are there to help you out. They are there to teach you. They are there to provide you with the resources that you need. That way you are able to retain and understand this information and pass the class. Especially if you're in college, at this point you're paying for this class. So if you don't pass this class, you're not going to get the credit that you need for your degree, and I doubt you're going to want to retake that class, because if you retake that class, you have to repay for it, and then you have to give your time back to this same class relearning the same information. And I doubt you want to do any of those. And you can always ask a classmate or a friend first before you go to a teacher if you are really shy, but definitely ask. It's not going to hurt you to ask for help. Honestly, I can't even think of one bad thing that would happen if you asked for help. Yeah, literally nothing. Look into all the different resources that you guys have available to you, because they are there for a reason. The last tip I have for you all, this is definitely a tip that is more for the college students, but this tip is, just because in middle and high school you took 7 classes and you woke up every day at 6 or 7 in the morning does not mean you are going to be able to manage that same schedule when you get to college. College is a whole different ballpark. In college, full-time is 12 credits, so that's roughly about 3 to 4 classes, just depending on how many credits each class will give you. And normally you take these classes about 2 to 3 times a week, and because you only take them 2 to 3 times a week as opposed to the 5 days of the week, they're a bit longer than just your average 30 minutes that you're used to in middle school and high school. These classes can range from about an hour to even 2 hours, again, just depending on what type of class they are. And these classes are way different. You're not just having a classroom full of 20 people. These classes can have up to like 60 people or even more in them. And you're definitely learning more in-depth information, you know, and what you are learning is things that you really do need to acknowledge, because at this point, you're not just working towards a diploma, you're working towards a degree that is going to go towards a career that you want to pursue. With that being said, the assignments and the tests that you're going to be are going to be way more in depth and way more serious than what you're used to in middle school and high school. In middle school and high school, you had like a 20 question test. Most of the time it was like ABC. You maybe had to write like a 2 to 3 page essay, nothing too crazy, and you really didn't have to start writing them in specific formats and citing them until you got a little bit further on in high school. Now in college, there's definitely been time where I've had to write a 12 paper essay with a certain amount of words in it, and it had to be cited a certain way, and it had to be a certain format, and if all these things didn't apply, you were already knocked off like 2 grade letters. There's also been times where I've had classes where each week we had a 50 question test, and I only went to this class twice a week. So say that this was like a Tuesday, Thursday class. On Tuesday we would be given all this information and have to learn and study it all, and then on Thursday we would have this 50 question test. So it's like, if you didn't actually pay attention and study and retain this information, you weren't going to pass the class. Ultimately, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to retake a class and repay for a class and have to spend more time on a class that I've already taken. So just definitely be mindful of that. I know as a freshman I signed up for classes that were like 7 and 8 a.m. and I don't know why I did that. It's like once you graduate high school, waking up that early is just like, why? Definitely if this is your first year starting off in college, just do the minimum 12 credits to be full-time. And if you feel like you can take on way more than that, then more power to you. But you definitely don't want to take on more than you can manage and stress yourself out. So with that being said, those are all the tips that I have to share with you guys today. If you guys have any tips that maybe I didn't mention, definitely leave them in the comments down below so others are able to read them. And with that being said, I'll see you guys soon. Bye!